Appointment with Fear. This is your storyteller, the man in black. Here again to bring you another story in our series, Appointment with Fear, starring Marius Goring. It's a famous story from the black books of old Spain, of a prisoner in the grasp of the Inquisition. And while we take you into a strange dungeon, to be shadowed by an even stranger menace, we trust we shall keep our promise to bring you An Appointment with Fear. Edgar Allan Poe's story, The Pit and the Pendulum, adapted for broadcasting by John Dickson Carr.
I was sick unto death with that long agony. And when at length they unbound me and I was permitted to sit, I felt that my senses were leaving me. The sound of the inquisitorial voices seemed merged in one dreamy, indeterminate hum.
Captain Jean d'Albret.
Yet,
Jean d'Albret.
for a while I saw, but with how terrible an exaggeration. I saw the soft and nearly imperceptible waving of the sable draperies on the walls of the room. I saw the flames of the 7 tall candlesticks which burned on the table. I saw the lips of the black-robed judges, and these lips appeared to me white as paper, white as horror. I saw them writhe with a deadly locution. I saw them fashion the syllables of my name.
Jean d'Albret, Captain Jean d'Albret.
Good fathers, gentlemen,
We hear you, my son.
I have been confined for many months in a dungeon. I have been tormented by nightmares.
Of conscience one trusts.
Pray silence, Fra Antonio.
Even now I have no knowledge of where I am or to whom I may be speaking.
You are speaking to me, my son. I am Fra Pedro d'Espila, prior of the Dominicans of Segovia and Grand Inquisitor for all Spain.
Is this the court of the Inquisition?
It is.
Then God help me.
He will help you, my son, if you trust him.
But I am a French officer.
That is true. A soul-done creature of the arch-fiend Napoleon Bonaparte.
But a French officer, nonetheless. A prisoner of war. By what right do you try me in this court?
Let the clerk read the charges against this prisoner. Pray silence while the clerk reads the charges.
The charges against the prisoner are as follows. Imprimis, that he is one Jean d'Albret, a captain of artillery in the army of Bonaparte, so-called Emperor of the French.
This means nothing. As the prisoner says, it is no crime. Proceed.
Item, that on the 4th day of September in the year of our Lord 1808, the said Jean d'Albret did wed, espouse, and marry that most noble lady, the Donna Beatrice Valdez, niece and ward of the illustrious...
One moment.
Your Excellency spoke.
Fra Antonio, was any cheat employed to trap this girl into marriage against her will?
No, we have no actual evidence of any cheat.
Was the girl of age?
I believe so.
Then wherefore is the prisoner here? This marriage was a deplorable thing, if you like. Bonaparte himself is almost at the gates of Madrid. His General La Salle menaces our city of Toledo itself. But lawful marriage, however regrettable, is no sin or crime.
There are other matters in the indictment, I think.
Then continue, but give us nothing that is not material.
Item, that on the 12th of October 1808, the said Jean d'Albret, being in command of a 5-gun battery of light artillery, did direct the fire of his guns against the Holy Church of St. Martha the Innocent, and thereby of his wicked malice destroyed the church utterly.
Captain d'Albret, is this charge true?
Yes, you admit it?
Good father, hear what I have to say. The church blew up, I think.
Would you boast of your sin, young man?
It blew up because it was stored with kegs of gunpowder for your army. I had every right to fire on it.
And that is all the defense you have to make.
I tell you I had every right to fire on it. By military law.
Is military law above God's law?
I don't know. I did my duty. Long live the Emperor.
Captain Dalbray, hear the sentence of this court. Had your offense been any except this, the Holy Office would have been merciful. Mark what I say. No man, however great his heresy, is ever condemned to be burnt in the fire.
The fire.
The fire.
The fire.
If he first recant and acknowledge the error of his ways. But for you, Jean Delbray, there can be no mercy, no pity, no atonement. The only sentence of this court can be...
Death.
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 The secular or government arm to which we must release you has devised two ways of punishment in cases such as yours. You hear the tolling of bells?
I hear them.
It is the procession of the condemned going to the Auto da Fe.
Soon the yellow light of the flames will stream through the windows.
And flicker on floor and ceiling.
Nunc et in hora mortis in manus tuas, Domine.
Most of those condemned, out of mercy, will be strangled before they are burned. It cannot be so with you, Jean Delbray. You must die in one of two ways. Either with the direst of physical agony...
A slow fire of green wood. Iced bandages about the head and heart, so that the fire does not approach too quickly.
Be silent, Fra Antonio.
I cry your pardon, Grand Inquisitor.
Or else, Jean Delbray, you must die in a certain other way.
Have done with this. Pass your sentence and let me go.
The law does not permit me to tell you now what this other way is. It must approach you slowly and force itself into your mind. It must stalk you like a tiger. It must bring you face to face at last with the King of Terrors. The sentence of this court, therefore...
I had swooned. Yet still I will not say that all of consciousness was lost. In the deepest slumber, no. In delirium, no. In a swoon, no. In death, no. Even in the grave, all is not lost. There are shadows of memory which tell me indistinctly of tall figures that lifted me and bore me in silence down, down, still down, until a hideous dizziness oppressed me at that descent into the earth. There was a vague horror at my heart because of that heart's unnatural stillness. Then this consciousness swam back to my wits again. Darkness. A stone floor. And darkness. Oh, Beatrice. Oh, my wife.
Did you call me, Jean?
Beatrice. Was that you who spoke?
Yes, Jean.
You, here, in the dungeons of the Inquisition?
I am not really speaking to you, my poor Jean. I am only in your imagination.
Am I mad, then?
No, but your brain is fevered. You only think you hear me.
I hear you clearly, as clearly as I once heard you.
In the little church near the Ebro, where we were married.
Yes, I destroyed that church, Beatrice. I had to. It was my commanding officer's order.
I know, Jean. Be comforted, there are those who care.
You won't leave me.
As long as I am in your heart, I shall be here.
I was strong once. Now I am weak. Once I was reckless, but now I am afraid. Where am I, Beatrice? What are they going to do to me?
I cannot tell. Remember, my voice comes only from your own brain. Are you fettered?
No.
They have not chained you to the wall.
No. They've taken away my uniform. They've given me sandals and a robe of what feels like coarse serge. But I am still free. Free.
Take courage, Jean.
Free, and in the grasp of the Inquisition. Beatrice,
Yes, Jean?
it is completely dark. There's hardly any air. I dread to get up, and I dread to stretch out my hand. Suppose they have buried me alive!
Courage. Can you stand up?
I think so.
Then walk. Walk as far as you can. Measure the limit of the cell. If this is not a tomb,
You're right, Beatrice. As always. I'll try.
are you on your feet?
Yes. Now pray for a poor devil who always meant well. 1 pace. 2. 3. 4.
You are very weak, Jean. Rest a moment.
Where are you now, Beatrice? In the flesh, I mean.
You know that, Jean. In the old house by the olive grove. Scorned of my people.
Yes, I know it.
Each morning I climb to the hilltop and watch.
Go on.
Sometimes I think I hear gun wheels rumble in the hills, and long moving columns with the red dust rising about them.
Go on.
First come the heavy cavalry in plume-crested helmets, on their flanks wheeling like hawks, light hussars in blue and scarlet, and behind them in a glitter of bayonets as vast as light points in the sea, rank upon rank, the long grey coats and tall bearskin caps of
The old guard and the grand army!
It is only a vision, my dear one. They do not come.
Will they ever come, Beatrice?
I cannot tell.
Then I must face what has been prepared for me. Beatrice,
Yes, John?
I tried to walk. I took some steps.
4 steps, yes.
But in which direction? I can't remember.
Are you facing in the same way?
I don't know, perhaps.
Then walk again. Try. Keep your hand in front of you.
This robe impedes me, and the floor is treacherous with slime, but I'll try. 4 paces. 5. 6. 7.
It can't be a tomb.
8. 9.
Look out!
I'm all right. I fell on my face. The robe tripped me. But
What is it?
my hand is in front of me, lower than my face. But I feel nothing.
Nothing, Jean?
It's a pit. A circular pit. And I fell on the very edge of it.
They would have made you walk into it.
Yes. There's a loose fragment of rock just inside the edge. If only I can dislodge it. Listen.
Water.
There's something down there.
Rats, it may be.
Rats, yes, but something else. I heard it move.
So did I.
Accident saved me. They would have had me plunge there, symbolically, like the descent of the soul, to keep company with something else. And quick death forms no part of their plan.
What is in the pit, Jean?
I can't say. Did you say I was saved, Beatrice? Saved from the Inquisition? My torture has been merely postponed. A deep sleep fell upon me. A sleep like that of death. How long it lasted, I know not. But when I opened my eyes once again, I could see. Yes, see! My prison was large and lofty. Its walls formed of massive iron plates bolted or joined together. A wild, sulphurous luster, I could not trace its origin, lit up the dungeon and the circular pit. And the crudely daubed skeleton figures painted in evil colors on the iron walls. Skeleton figures, demon fillers, gargoyle figures. Their colors a little blurred, as from the effects of the damp. And I...
It must approach you slowly and force itself into your mind.
It must stalk you like a tiger.
It must bring you face to face at last with the King of Terrors.
I now lay on my back, on its full length on a low framework of wood. To this framework I was securely bound by a long fastening resembling a surgical bandage. Bound? But why?
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 The bandage passed round and round my body, leaving at liberty only my head and my left arm. With much exertion, I could supply myself with food from an earthen dish on the floor beside me. It was meat, highly seasoned, and there was no water. Beatrice, where are you?
I am here, Jean, as always.
Your voice sounds stronger,
Does it, Jean?
and I can see you now. I can see you as clearly as I saw you months ago.
Oh, I wish it were true.
Ah, your bonnet and the parasol you carried in summer, and the high-waisted blue dress.
You are weaker, my dear, and more fevered.
Have I been asleep?
Yes, Jean.
They must have been here while I slept. They have bound me. Why?
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 Stop those voices! Stop them!
Mine too, Jean. I am not here either, you know. Don't drive me away.
Beatrice, look,
Where?
at the ceiling of the room. 30, 40 feet up. What do you see?
I see, painted on the ceiling, a figure of Father Time.
Anything else?
But Father Time carries no scythe. He carries instead what looks like a gigantic pendulum from an ancient clock.
About one thing I swear I am in my right senses. I saw that pendulum move.
A painting cannot move.
Yet I swear the pendulum did. It swung a little back and forth, just like a real pendulum.
Try not to trouble your brain.
Father Time is not like those other paintings daubed on the walls, the imps and devils and skeletons. That pendulum is real. It... Beatrice, take care!
Take care of what? You are not looking at the pendulum now.
Take care of the rats! The rats from the pit.
I see them.
They're swarming out in dozens. You can see their eyes glitter. One of them ran across the hem of your dress.
Did it, John?
What do they want?
They have caught the scent of the meat in the dish beside
But
you.
they'll not get it. Scat, you vermin!
Move your hand above the plate, John. Move.
Beatrice, where are you going? I can hardly hear you.
You are sending me away, Jean.
I sending you away.
My poor loved one. You can't bear to see the rats running about my feet, can you? Even when you know I'm not here.
Beatrice!
It is true, Jean. You are sending me.
Yes, it's true. In a cell swarming with vermin, there are others I had rather see here. I had rather see.
Did you call me Captain Dalbray? Then, in spirit, I am here.
Who are you?
Don't you recognize me?
No.
I am that second Inquisitor, Fra Antonius, whom you fought unfair at your trial. But we were not unfair. We administer the law. That is all.
Go. I command you. Go.
Not until I have first told you what you already guessed.
Which is?
As the Grand Inquisitor said, there are two forms of death for such as you. One, death with its direst physical torture. The other, death with its direst mental torture.
And I have been condemned to the second.
Your guess is good. Listen. Do you hear anything?
Yes. I hear something.
Turn your eyes upwards. Look at the ceiling.
The pendulum.
Aye, the pendulum.
It has descended.
Only a foot or so as yet. As you notice, it is not really a pendulum.
No?
No. Its underside is a crescent formed of razor-sharp steel.
You mean?
A ponderous weight, Captain Dalbray. Its movement is slow now, but soon it will take on momentum. It will swing wider and wider, 30 feet perhaps. Presently, as it swings, you will hear it hiss. And with each broad movement, it will creep a trifle lower.
The steel is directly above me.
Yes, above the region of your heart. Lie still and look up at it.
How long before?
You need have no immediate fear. It will not be too soon.
But how soon?
Who can tell?
In the name of pity, give me some answer.
Hours, perhaps days.
Oh.
Its motion can be arrested while you sleep.
It's beginning to swing wider. I can't take my eyes from it.
Its glitter fascinates you. See how it shines in that wild light.
And this is your utmost refinement in cruelty?
The law, Captain Dalbray, is never cruel. And now, still in spirit, I leave you to your meditation.
Minutes, hours, days. Down, steadily down it crept. Days passed. It might have been many days before it swept so closely as to fan me with its acrid breath. The odor of the sharp steel forced itself into my nostrils. To the right, to the left, far and wide, with the shriek of a damned spirit, to my heart, with the stealthy pace of a tiger. Down, certainly, relentlessly down. I prayed. I wearied heaven with my prayer for its more speedy descent. I grew frantically mad and struggled to force myself up against that swinging, glittering death. Of no avail. Down, still unceasingly, still inevitably down. The sharp steel flashed past within 3 inches of my chest. And then, only then...
I heard you calling, Jean. I am here.
It is a strange thing, Beatrice. I am quite calm.
You are resigned, then?
No, that is a strange thing, too. Even now I am not resigned.
Is there no way out?
How can there be 10, 12 more vibrations and it will fray the serge of my robe? Only lightly, as a razor in a delicate hand. There will be many sweeps before it bites deep. I can't escape it. And yet...
And yet?
Ah, if I could only use my wits.
You kept me away from you, Jean. You locked me out of your thoughts. If I am here only in your thoughts, why should I fear the rats?
The rats!
You open your eyes and your eyes blaze. What is it?
The rats! Do they still swarm here?
Across the floor and over the meat platter. They have taken nearly all your food.
Yes, they are ravenous, and they have sharp teeth.
Well?
The meat is oily and spiced. If I take what remains of it, scatter, you vermin, and rub that meat on the bandages that hold me here.
Try it, John, try.
It may be too late if I move my body a fraction of an inch up.
Try it, I tell you, try.
Look, they scatter as soon as I do try.
But they are watching you. I can see their eyes glitter. They are creeping back.
Can I stand those rats crawling across me? Can the flesh bear it?
One of them has leaped on the wooden framework. Another follows. They are gnawing at the bandage.
7, 8 more sweeps of the pendulum.
Does the bandage give way?
A little.
Lie still, man, lie still.
10, a dozen rats now. Is death, I wonder, worse than this disgust?
A dozen sharp knives could do no better. The bandage has loosened a ribbon. If you move sideways, carefully, and drop to the floor.
Beatrice, I can't move. My arms and legs are numb. There is no power.
Feel has frayed your robe. A minute more will be too late. Try.
Then, with all the strength that is in me, and the hatred I bear my enemies,
Free!
a second time. Free.
Seizure. The pendulum stops. They are drawing it back up through the roof.
Each move I make is watched. You never doubted that.
No. Yet with all they could do to you, they have failed twice.
They will not fail a third time, my dear. There must be no more dallying with the King of Terrors.
What else can they do?
I can't say. See how the rats gnaw in silence at the bandage. To what food, I wonder, have they been accustomed in the pit?
You escaped the pit.
I escaped it once. Listen.
What do you hear?
A groaning, a grinding as of metal.
It was only the cogwheels of the pendulum knife.
I think not, Beatrice.
Why not?
It seemed to come from behind these iron-plated walls. It seemed to shake the dungeon as a mill wheel might shake it.
Stand up, my poor Jean. Get up off your knees.
I can't, Beatrice. I can't endure anymore.
The paintings on the walls of this dungeon. The skeletons and imps and devils. They seem different.
They are different. The colors sharpen and grow bright. The demon eyes glare. The skeleton hands outstretched. Don't you catch even yet the odor of heated iron?
Heated iron?
I am being much humbled, but I won't have you see me in tears. I order you to go.
Jean, in the name of heaven.
Yes, in the name of heaven, go. A suffocating heat pervaded the prison. A deeper glow settled in the painted eyes that glared at me. I could draw no breath of air into my lungs. Against the loom of that fiery destruction, the thought of the pit and its coolness came like balm. I staggered to the edge of the pit. I looked into it. The enkindled walls and roof lighted to it to its depths. Yet for one wild moment, even then, I refused to believe the meaning of what I saw.
Does the pit please you, Captain Dalbray?
You again?
Do you find its contents pleasing?
Not the pit. Merciful God, anything but the pit.
And how shall you avoid it? Look!
The dungeon has changed its shape.
That is true. The walls are closing in. It was formerly a square, and now it is
Flattening slowly towards the center to force me into the pit.
Of course.
It will force you along with me.
Again, apparently you must be told, Captain Dalbray, that you are speaking only to your own sick fancy. I am not here at all. Farewell.
And now, flatter and flatter grew the red burning walls. With a swiftness that left me no time for thought, I shrank back, but the closing walls pressed me resistlessly onward. At length, for my seared and writhing body, there was no longer any inch of foothold. I tottered on the edge of the pit. Ah! There was a discordant hum of human voices. There was a loud blast as of many trumpets. The fiery walls rushed back. An outstretched arm caught my own as I fell fainting into the abyss. It was that of General Lassalle. The French army had entered Toledo. The Inquisition was in the hands of its enemies.
That is the end of Edgar Allan Poe's story, The Pit and the Pendulum.
This is the story of a man who commits murder and gets away with it. Does the idea shock you? Do you believe that justice must always be done? But you and I needn't be cynics to know that justice is very seldom done in this world. Innocence flinches. Guilt is childish and bland. Innocence is imposed upon. Guilt can compass all things, even a successful murder. And I know this because I was the murderer, you ask? They would hardly tell you that if you inquired at Scotland Yard. I was the victim.
In Bond Street, not far from Piccadilly, there used to be an establishment which, in a less fashionable part of town, would have been called a shop. On the windows, in letters as discreet as a visiting card, were the words, Charles Markham, antique dealer. 40 years ago, far back it takes us, this antique shop, despite deep carpets and crystal chandeliers, was a dingy place. It rustled with the ticking of 100 clocks. It was shadowed by damascened armor and the colors of tall tapestries. And late one summer night, when the shutters had long been closed on the windows, a four-wheeler drew up at that door in the gaslit street.
That's all, cabby. You needn't wait.
Very good, miss. Good night.
Good night. He must be here. He must be. I won't go back to that place. I'll kill myself first.
Now, look here, old man, you needn't. I beg your pardon.
And I beg yours. I'm not the person you were expecting, am I?
No, madam. As a matter of fact, I was expecting a police officer.
A police officer?
Merely an old friend who often drops in for a talk and a drink.
You are Mr. Markham, aren't you?
Yes, my name is Markham. Can I be of any service to you?
I want to come in. I want to buy a present for somebody.
Really, madam, this is hardly the time.
Yes, I know it's late.
It's nearly 1 o'clock, madam. Surely tomorrow morning.
Oh, that'll be too late. This is a special occasion. It's a birthday present. That's it, a birthday present, and I've got to deliver it at breakfast. And Sir George Little says this is the only place in London to buy antiques.
Sir George flatters me.
Won't you let me come in just for 5 minutes?
Well, under the circumstances, madam, I think it might be managed. Now, one moment while I put some lights on.
No, please. That one little light will be enough.
But you won't be able to see anything.
That doesn't matter. I'll trust your judgment.
Just as you like. This way, madam.
What's that? That noise?
Noise? Oh, you mean the clocks, madam. There are more than 100 clocks in this room. I'm very fond of them.
Don't they get on your nerves, ticking away together like a nightmare, striking the hours together?
They don't strike together. When the hour approaches, you'll hear a musical din that lasts for some time. Might I interest you in perhaps a clock?
No, I hate them.
Well, all the same, this grandfather clock might amuse you.
What about it?
Observe the signature. Johannes Carver. Londini Fecit Anno Domini 1752. You could see better, madam, if you raise that veil.
I'll keep my veil down, thanks.
Just as you please. But look at the clock. I open the glass. I open the glass face. Like this. I push the second hand forward. Like this. And...
1 o'clock, and all's well.
What was that voice?
Only the clock, madam. Nothing more.
The clock spoke.
Clever, isn't it? A device of old John Carver, anticipating Mr. Edison's gramophone by more than 100 years. But you don't like clocks.
No,
May I ask whether the present is for a lady or for a gentleman?
it's for a man.
Has he some knowledge of antiques?
No, yes, I mean he...
Oh, furniture, perhaps. Porcelain, bronzes, tapestries, weapons.
He might be very much interested in weapons, yes.
Then I imagine his name is Mr. Ronald Gilbert. Will you tell me, Miss Ray, why you really came here tonight?
So you know who I am.
Naturally. You're Miss Judith Ray. Why did you come here?
I wanted to see what sort of man you actually were.
Have you found out?
No, but I won't go back to prison. I won't.
Since this is to be a business conference, Miss Ray, and I imagine it is...
Yes?
Then suppose we go into my office here at the back of the shop. Will you precede me?
Thank you.
You must excuse the dust covers I put on the chairs here. I'm leaving for holiday tomorrow, and the shop will be closed. When I return next week, Miss Ray, I shall expect the amount requested. In cash, of course.
But I can't raise £2,000. You ought to know that.
Your fiancé could raise the money, I imagine.
Ron? Do you think I'd have Ron know where I've been and what I've been?
It's better than having his father know, surely. Sit down, Miss Ray.
I'd rather stand, thank you.
No, that's very foolish gesture, but the ladies will do it. They think it gives them dignity and shows their disdain of the poor blackmailer. Oh, you see, I make no bones. I am a blackmailer.
You seem rather proud of yourself.
Why not? I'm the one person in England, perhaps in the world, who has made it a large-scale business.
Congratulations.
After all, what is life but blackmail? The child says, if you don't give me that, I'll scream. The grown woman says, if you go on behaving like this, I'll leave you. Your sex, Miss Ray, are blackmailers from the cradle.
You know Charles Markham.
Well?
I wonder if anybody has ever hurt you very much.
Hurt me? What do you mean?
When you talk about the world and people in general, your face goes white under the eyes. You pick up that letter opener from the desk.
Oh, not a letter opener, Miss Ray. A Medici dagger, 16th century work.
It isn't the money that really interests you, is it? You hate the world. You want to torture people as you think you've been tortured. Isn't that so?
This is a very sharp dagger, Miss Ray. If I throw it down on the desk, it sticks. Like that.
Isn't it so, Charles Markham?
My motives, Miss Ray, aren't in question.
I wonder.
Whereas your motives are. Now, let me see. 10 years ago, in 1894, a certain girl called Letty Wilson, your real name, I believe, fell in love with a rather contemptible underworld character named Arthur Akers.
Please.
No humiliation was too great for her. She worked for him, lied for him, stole
I was
for
only
him.
18. I didn't know what I was doing.
This girl, for a very shabby theft, was sentenced to 3 years penal servitude at Holloway Prison. 5 months later, she escapes from prison and disappears. All these years afterwards, she appears in the West End as Judith Ray, fashionable milliner.
Haven't I made up for it? Haven't I?
No.
For one mistake after 10 years?
That's the way of the world, my dear. I didn't create it. But, I'm forgetting the best part of the comedy. This paragon of virtue next falls in love with Mr. Ronald Gilbert, son of Major General Sir Edmund Gilbert. Such a respectable family,
Stop
too.
it, please.
Then, shall we say £2,000?
Suppose I did raise the money. I don't know how, but suppose I did raise it.
Well,
What guarantee would I have you wouldn't ask for still more money?
I probably shall ask for more money, Miss Ray. That's my privilege as a blackmailer.
Then I'm never going to be free of you. Is that it?
Frankly, that's it.
Unless I kill you, of course. What if I did kill you?
People have threatened that before, but they haven't meant it.
Maybe I mean it.
Well, we can easily test you out. There's a sharp knife stuck in the desk in front of you. I'm going to get up and deliberately turn my back on you like this.
Be careful, Charles Markham.
As a student of human nature, I'm curious. How much will you risk to keep this secret? Have you the courage to kill and risk hanging?
Yes, I think I have.
Look out, you fool!
What was that?
Aren't you glad? Aren't you glad you held back at the last moment, Miss Ray?
I said, what was that?
That, my dear, was the front door bell. Probably my friend, Inspector Ross from Wigmore Street Police Station. Come on in, old man. The front door isn't locked.
You wanted me to attack you, didn't you?
No, I was merely curious. And in any case, Miss Ray, it would be useless to kill me.
Useless? Why?
Because I shouldn't die.
Oh, don't talk rot.
It's quite true. A man in my position must take certain precautions. If you killed me, I should be back to haunt you within half an hour. And I don't happen to be joking. Come in.
Now, look here, Markham.
Ron!
Mr. Ronald Gilbert, as I live.
Ron, what are you doing here? He hasn't got anything against you, has he?
Speak up, Mr. Gilbert. Have I?
Well, the fact is, Judith, I...
Look at him, Miss Ray. See how he changes color and clenches his hands and altogether resembles a boy caught at the jam cupboard. The perfect picture of a gentleman being a gentleman.
Now, look here, Markham. I'm not very clever. You can always make a fool of me when you start talking. Let's stop talking. I've brought the money.
What money?
Merely my fee for keeping quiet about you.
So you went to Ron, too. You told him about it.
Naturally. If possible, always sell your wares in 2 markets.
How much money?
Never mind, Judith. I hoped I could keep you out of this without your knowing.
How much money?
3,000, it's all I could raise.
Has he told you who I am and what I've been?
Listen, Judith, I don't care who you are or what you've been. I happen to be in love with you. Never mind. Let's get out of here.
Oh, Ron is no good. He'll only come back for more money.
I know that, but what else can we do?
Nothing, I'm afraid.
What's that knife doing stuck in the desk?
Nothing dangerous, I'll show you.
No?
Merely a curio. I pick it up like this. I flip it down like this. And pick it up again. Miss Ray was much interested in the dagger. May I have that envelope with the money, please?
There you are. Take it.
Thank you. As I explained to Miss Ray, I am leaving tomorrow for a holiday, hence the general disarray and the dust covers on the chairs. Before my departure, I'm glad we could settle this affair as you would say, like gentlemen.
Before we clear out of here, Markham, there's just one favor I'd like to ask.
Of course, old man, ask away.
This is your job, I suppose. You can't help being what you are, but never again, as long as you live,
Well?
never even say that word, gentleman.
Be careful, Ron. Look at his face.
Tell me, Mr. Gilbert, how much money is in this envelope?
You heard what I said, £3,000.
Then take it back, my friend. I find we can't strike a bargain after all.
What do you mean?
Just what I say. Here's your money. You will now oblige me, both you and Miss Ray, by leaving my shop.
What's up? What are you going to do?
Tomorrow morning, perhaps even tonight, I'm going to get in touch with the police. I shall tell them where they can find Letty Wilson, alias Judith Ray.
You can't do that, Markham.
Oh, yes, he can. You've hit him where it hurts.
£3,000, my friend, is not enough compensation for the way you talk. There's the way, through the shop. Shall I escort you to the front door?
No.
You prefer to stay here and make a fool of yourself?
You're not going to tell the police, Markham. I promise you that.
And how are you going to stop me?
With this.
Ron, put that gun away.
It's a funny thing, Judith. I felt a bit of a fool bringing this revolver along. But now I've got a use for it. Oh, yes, I've got a use for it.
Maybe the best thing would be to go into the street now and call a policeman.
You'll never get to the street, Markham.
Are you following me into the shop?
Yes.
So, both of you, it appears, came here under false pretenses. You said you wanted to pay me some money.
The money's still there, but you've lost your chance to get it.
And our dear Judith said she wanted to buy a present for you. I showed her this grandfather clock here. This speaking clock.
Don't go a step beyond that clock, Markham. I warn you.
Nonsense, old man. You wouldn't dare shoot.
Wouldn't I?
No. And I call your bluff. 1 step. 2 steps. Oh! I know your whole silly tribe, my friend. You wouldn't risk it. You wouldn't. What's happening to me?
Don't try to grab at the clock, Markham. It won't save you.
You wouldn't risk your life. You wouldn't risk your family position. You wouldn't. Oh.
1:15 and all well. 1.
I had to do it, Judith. Don't you see? I had to do it.
Did you? Is he?
Yes, he's done for. I tell you, I had to do it.
Maybe he's not dead, Ron. Go and look at him.
He's dead, all right.
Please, Ron. Go and look at him. Well?
Shot through the heart. The bullet went clean through him and smashed the face of the grandfather clock. That's all I can see in this dim light.
This isn't happening to us. It can't be happening. Wait a minute. He said he was going for a holiday. That gives us time. It means his absence won't be noticed. The shop will be closed. Nobody will come here for days, and certainly nobody will come here tonight. And
what's that?
The police officer. I forgot the police officer.
What police officer?
A friend of Markham's. Inspector somebody or other from Wigmore Street. He's expected here tonight.
Oh, then we're finished.
No, Ron, we're not finished. You can't see anything out there. The shutters are up and the door's covered. Could you pick up Markham and carry him?
Yes, I can manage that. Why?
There must be a back way out of the shop. Probably in the office. Hurry, Ron, hurry.
He's as heavy as a sack of meal. He seems to be looking straight at me.
No. Did you see the expression in his eyes just before you...
No.
He seemed to be looking behind us or beyond us. He said, through the door, quick.
This police officer, Judith, he can't get into the shop, can he?
Of course he can. The front door isn't locked. Our only hope is the back way. I thought I'd seen the back door and... Oh, there it is. Just a minute. Oh, I'm sorry, Ron. It's locked.
Isn't there a key?
No.
Maybe in his pockets, on a
There
key
isn't
ring.
time, Ron. I think I heard the front door open. Our visitors coming in.
I've got it. Dust covers.
What?
Those white cloth covers that fit over the chairs. Look at them.
What on earth are you talking about?
We used to play a game when we were kids. Somebody sits in a big chair, you fit the dust cover over him, and nobody can tell he's sitting there. Don't you see, Judith? That's how we can hide Markham's body.
It might work if there's time.
There's got to be time. Take the cover off that big wing chair.
All right, maybe there's a chance.
I'll fit him into it. Arms along the chair arms. Feet push back. Now put the cover back again and pull it down round his feet.
Don't let it touch his chest. The blood will show through.
There. That's got it. You can't see anything now, can you?
No. But, Ron,
Well,
what did you do with the gun?
the what?
The revolver, the gun you shot Markham with.
The fact is, Judith, I put it down on the floor when I picked up his body.
Out in that other room.
Yes, I'm afraid so. Oh, it's too late now, old girl. The police are here.
What are we going to say?
I don't know. Trust your wits and try to brazen it out. Yes? Come in.
Good evening, Miss Ray. Good evening, Mr. Gilbert.
Charles Markham. You're Charles Markham.
Correct, Miss Ray, but why should that surprise you? Why do you look as though you were seeing a ghost?
Because we are seeing a ghost. If you're Charles Markham, whose body
Oh,
is...
Judith, be careful.
Body? Miss Ray, did you say body?
Oh, Miss Ray is upset. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
If you killed me, I should be back to haunt you within half an hour. That's what you said.
I tell you, Miss Ray isn't herself. She had bad news today. A relative of hers died. I've been trying to make her feel better.
Oh, indeed. Did you think it would make her feel better to bring her here?
I don't understand.
My dear sir, you're very welcome, but the situation is surely a little odd. I come in here and find you two looking as guilty as a pair of murderers in my private office in the middle of the night. Did you see anybody else here?
There's nobody here, Mr. Markham. Not a living soul.
Then you didn't, by any chance, meet my brother?
Your brother?
Yes, my brother Robert. You couldn't have mistaken him if you'd seen him. He looks so much like me that few people can tell us apart.
Then that's it.
Poor Robert often deputizes for me. He's learned to act like me, think like me, talk like me, but he doesn't like the work much. He thinks, poor fellow, my profession is beneath contempt. But he acts the part and acts it well because I pay him. And I find it useful to have a double who will run risks for me. What have you done with his body?
We haven't done anything with him.
I see. Oh, well. In that case, all we can do is to sit down and make ourselves comfortable. Will you sit there, Mr. Gilbert? And you, Miss Ray, in that wing chair by the window. What's wrong, Miss Ray? Why don't you sit down?
Because I prefer to stand, thank you.
Oh. Then perhaps you won't mind if I sit in this wing chair. It's a very comfortable one. My brother always says...
Don't sit down there, for the love of God, don't sit down there.
So, that's it.
Yes, that's it.
It is rather a thick chair. I press against the dust cover, and blood comes through. I lift the bottom of the dust cover and...
What's the use of going on with this? I killed him.
You admit it?
Yes, I admit it, but Judith had nothing to do with this. I swear she hadn't.
My telephone, you notice, is against the wall. I shall have to turn my back to you when I ring.
Ring? Where?
Wigmore Street Police Station.
Give him a chance. Please, give him a chance.
Hello? Operator. I want Regent 0586.
I won't let them take you, Ron. I won't.
It's no good, Judith. I killed a man. I meant to kill him, and that's all there is to it.
A very sensible attitude, my friend. And if the lady has any idea of flying at me with that knife, just notice what I've got here. a .32 revolver, one chamber fired, picked up off the floor in that other room. Where... Hello?
Wigmore Street Police Station.
The last time, Mr. Markham, won't you give him a chance?
Quiet, Miss Ray. May I speak to Inspector Ross, please?
Inspector Ross speaking. Isn't that Mr. Markham?
Got it in one, Inspector. Charles Markham here. I understood you were going to drop in and see me tonight.
I intended to, Mr. Markham, but I'm afraid I can't make it.
Oh, why not? Anything wrong?
Only a robbery in Davis Street, but it's likely to be a long job. Sorry I can't get there.
Oh, that's perfectly all right, Inspector. Actually, I rang up to say to make sure you wouldn't come here tonight. I've got a lot of work to do, and I'm leaving for Eastbourne early tomorrow morning. Oh, let's make it some other time, shall we?
Glad to, Mr. Markham. No crimes being committed up your way, I suppose?
No, Inspector. It's as quiet as the grave. Goodbye.
What are you saying? Why did you do that?
Please don't excite yourself, Miss Ray. Didn't you hear what I told the inspector?
You're not doing this without a reason.
Naturally not. Has it occurred to you, either of you, that I might not want my business dealings revealed in court?
Stop a bit, what?
Has it also occurred to you that a man's double who looks exactly like him and shares all his secret may become a danger rather than an asset? He knows too much, he wants too much, and so...
I think I understand. You're glad he's dead.
Oh, no. Not glad, my dear. You shock my brotherly feelings, but definitely relieved.
Oh, then what?
You may quiet your fears, Mr. Gilbert. You may stop trembling for good, Miss Ray. I shall save your skins because I mean to save my own. And now, while we're all in the mood, shall I show you how we can dispose of my brother's body? This, as I said before, is the story of a man who commits murder and gets away with it. Ronald Gilbert, now an old and honored man, looks back across the years and is still firmly convinced of his own guilt. But of course, Ronald Gilbert never shot anybody. I was the man who committed the murder. Don't you remember? The bullet that killed my brother is supposed to have passed through his body and smashed the face of the grandfather clock. But that's an impossibility. The face of a grandfather clock is much higher than the heart of a man. You see, 2 shots were fired at the very same instant. Ronald Gilbert missed and smashed the clock face. I fired from the door of the office at the rear and did not miss. That was why my brother looked past those 2. I went out by the back door, locked it, and reappeared at the front afterwards. It was not Robert Markham who died. I am Robert Markham. It was Charles who died that night, and I killed him to stop his blackmailing business forever. His records I destroyed. His correspondence I burnt. I have assumed his name and identity ever since. Dare you say, if I stood on trial for murder, that you would condemn me?
Appointment with fear. This is your storyteller, the man in black. Here again to bring you another placid evening in our Far Side series, Appointment with Fear. Loss of memory, the eerie darkness which closes down on the brain, is a subject which has often amused me, and that is why I have brought a guest tonight, Dr. Gideon Fell, the celebrated schoolmaster turned detective, to tell you about the Barton case. There sits Dr. Fell himself, all 20 stone of him, with his 4 chins, his bandit's moustache, his eyeglasses on the broad black ribbon, his face fiery with controversy. And when he tells you about the Barton case, as he told it to me, we trust we shall keep our promise to bring you An Appointment with Fear. The Clock Strikes 8 by John Dickson Carr, produced by Martin C. Webster.
The Barton case, sir, was a grim business. I saw the last night of it. I saw what the human soul can endure without quite going mad, and I have no wish to see its like again. For I ask you to imagine yourself in the position of that girl, Helen Barton. Suppose, just suppose, that you wake up suddenly in the middle of the night. You wake up as though from a nightmare, with a feeling you've been asleep a very long time. The room is cold and nearly dark, with the faint glimmer of a fire almost out. Slowly, very slowly, you begin to realize it's a room you've never seen before. That fact, above all, strikes at you through a mist of fear. There's a queer atmosphere, like old stone and disinfectant, and no sound at all in that dim room, except...
What is it? What was that noise?
Now, lean back in your bed, my dear. It's all right.
That's good advice, Miss Barton. You take it easy.
I think I must have been dreaming.
You were having a nightmare, but it's all right now. Nothing's going to hurt you.
Not yet.
Be quiet, Hannah.
No offense, I'm sure, but some people who occupy this room get on my nerves.
I don't want to seem stupid. I know there must be some explanation, but I don't understand this.
Understand what, my dear?
Where am I? And how did I get here? And who are you?
Now, please, miss, whatever else you do, don't start that all over again.
Start what all over again?
Telling us you've lost your memory and don't even know what your name is.
Are you insane? Of course I know what my name is. I'm Helen Barton.
Well, it's a mercy you admit that at last.
At last? But I've never spoken to you before in my life. And where am I? Why on earth is it so cold?
Well, it's pretty hard to be cozy here in the middle of December.
Did you say December?
That's right. The 18th of December.
Oh, you're fooling me. You're playing a trick on me. Oh, my head feels queer and I want to cry. I won't. Could we have some lights?
Of course, straight away.
It can't be December, I tell you. That's impossible. It was only yesterday and all the flowers were out. I was going up to see Philip. That's it. I was going up to see Philip.
Philip who?
Philip Gale, the man I was going to marry. It's coming back to me now. It was yesterday, and I started up to see Philip.
Oh, for heaven's sake, miss.
Be quiet, Hannah, and don't turn those lights yet.
Oh, she's having us on.
Hannah, this girl's shaking all over, and she doesn't know where she is. Now, miss, now listen to me. I'm going to sit down on the bed beside you. Now, just take my hands and hold them. Tight.
What's wrong? Why are you looking at me like that?
I've got something to tell you.
Is it about Philip?
It is about him, yes, in a way. I want you to keep tight hold of my hands.
You see, Miss Barton, this is Maidhurst Prison.
Steady now, steady.
I'm still dreaming. I must be. It was the end of August, and I started up to see Philip. You can't mean I'm in prison.
Now listen, my dear. I'm afraid it's worse than that.
Worse than that?
Look over there. You see where there's a little bit of fire in the grate?
Well?
And paper on the wall, and pictures, and a carpet on the floor.
Why can't you come out straight and tell her? They're going to hang you in the morning, Miss Barton. This is the condemned cell.
With sudden shock, the prison clock smote on the shivering air. But I won't quote that any further. I have too vivid a memory of sitting up that night with Colonel Andrews, the governor of the prison. It was in a little office with the lampshade tilted so that I could see his face. And he said,
I hate executions, loathe them. Can't sleep the night before. If you hadn't offered to come here and save my life,
This is a strange time, sir, to talk of saving lives.
It's no good being sentimental about the thing. That's the law. I didn't make it.
But I gather you're not exactly happy about this case.
I'm not, and that's a fact. Mind you, there's no doubt whatever about the girl's guilt.
I am gratified to hear it.
But if only she'd confess. Most of them do, you know.
They confess to you?
To me or to the hangman. Sometimes I wish I had any job in the world but mine. If only the girl would confess. If only she'd just stop this nonsense about not remembering.
Not remembering what?
Not remembering how she shot Philip Gale. Not remembering anything, even her own name. Total amnesia, covering a crime.
Do you mean to say that a woman suffering from loss of memory can be tried and sentenced to death?
No. Not if she really has lost her memory. But this amnesia defense was a fake.
You're quite sure of that?
Oh, naturally. The judge would never have allowed it to come to trial if he hadn't been convinced she was shamming. Even then, she might have got off with a life sentence or even with manslaughter if it hadn't been for the nature of the crime.
She didn't cut anybody up, I hope.
No. It was almost as bad. She shot a man who raised his hands and begged for mercy. That completely damned her in the eyes of the jury.
And yet, you have doubts.
Tell you I haven't any doubts. And in any case, it's none of my business.
How has she acted since she's been here?
Oh, model prisoner. But I wish she'd stop this business of seeming to be in a daze. It's getting on my nerves. Nice girl, too. I knew her grandfather.
She lived near here?
Yes. Born and bred in Maidhurst. She got mixed up with a thoroughgoing swine named Philip Gale. Mad about him. Wouldn't hear a word against him. Then he threw her over for a woman with money.
I see.
Yeah. He had a bungalow on White Rose Hill. She went up there one Sunday afternoon.
Alone?
Yes. Herbert Gale, Philip's brother, heard them screaming at each other. He ran in to see what was wrong. Philip was trying to chase the girl up. She grabbed a .32 revolver out of a table drawer and told Philip to put up his hands. Well, that scared him. He did put up his hands. Then she shot him dead and went down in a faint.
And afterwards?
Afterwards, she couldn't remember.
Couldn't remember anything?
Pretended she didn't even recognize her own family. She said, "Who is Philip Gale?"
And you hang her tomorrow morning?
Yes.
Without even hearing her side of the case?
Confounded man, there's no doubt about the evidence.
Are you sure?
She killed Philip Gale. Gale's brother, Herbert, saw her do it. This hypocrisy about not remembering...
Emotional shock could do just that, you know.
She wasn't so emotionally shocked that it disturbed her aim. She drilled him clean through the heart at 15 feet. The bullet entered in a dead straight line through coat, waistcoat, shirt, and heart. You could have run a pencil through the holes. Now, don't sit there puffing out your cheeks and waving a cigar at me. I'm only trying...
Tell me, Colonel Andrews, aren't you talking to convince yourself?
No.
Suppose that the girl is telling the truth. Suppose she has lost her memory.
I tell you...
All right, you don't believe that. But suppose it. And then suppose in some black hour just before the hangman comes that her memory returns.
Don't talk rubbish.
Sir, I have lived long enough to know that mental suffering is the cruelest form of suffering on this earth. Imagine yourself in that position. You come out of a daze into what you thought was a safe and pleasant world. You don't know where you are. You don't know what's happened. You only know that when the clock strikes 8, they are going to take you out and hang...
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yes.
It isn't possible...
I very much fear it is.
Sometimes, you know, we have to use drugs.
Drugs?
Yes. When we take them to the execution shed. It's only a short distance, and we try to get it over in a matter of seconds, but sometimes they can't walk. Yes, what is it?
Beg pardon, sir, but I thought I'd better get you, or the doctor, or the chaplain, or both.
What's the matter with you, man? You're white as a ghost.
Can't help that, sir. I've been a warder in this place for a matter of 15 years, but I never knew anything like this.
It's the upstairs room, I suppose, Miss Barton.
Yes, sir.
Hysterical?
Yes, sir. She says she remembers now.
I see.
She's carrying on something awful, sir. That ain't all. She claims she never done it.
What's that?
She claims she never killed Mr. Gale at all.
Never killed?
That's all, Harris. You can go.
Yes, sir.
Any other disturbances in the building?
Well, sir, they're a bit restless in Wing A.
Well, that's usual.
Yes, sir. And there's a bloke outside the prison, who keeps hanging about in front of the main gate. You can see him by the street lamp. First he'll take a few little quick steps back and forth, and then he'll run and stick his face against the bars of the gate. And then he'll go back to the pacing again. Fair gave me the creeps even before this other thing.
You don't happen to know who it is?
It's the other Mr. Gale, sir. Herbert Gale. I hadn't the heart to chase him away.
All right, Harris, all right. Go ahead, I'll be along in a minute.
Yes, sir.
So the girl claims to be innocent. You heard that?
Yes, I heard it.
What do you mean to do?
Well, I'll see her, of course. But it won't affect the issue.
Not even if she does happen to be innocent?
Phil, in the name of heaven, try to understand my position. I'm dreading this interview. It's against regulations, but I wish you would come along with me.
If there were only something...
Well, there isn't. Now, where's that whiskey? I think a little stimulant...
She will need the stimulant.
Well, it's a cold night.
It will be colder yet, where she's going.
I didn't do it, I tell you. I didn't do
Quiet,
it.
miss, quiet.
It's all right, my dear. It's all right. The governor and the other gentlemen, they believe you didn't
Oh, no,
do
they
it.
don't. You needn't try to fool me. Look at them over there in the corner whispering.
Phil, she's lying.
I heard that. You said, Fell, she's lying. But I'm not lying. I'm not.
Miss Barton, you've got to pull yourself together.
Please listen to me. When I first woke up, I didn't even remember Philip was dead. Then it came back to me.
Yes?
I remember standing outside Philip's bungalow on a hot day with the sun in my eyes. I heard a shot inside the bungalow. I ran into the living room and found Philip lying on the floor by the couch with his mouth open and blood on his chest. That's all I do remember. Something hit me.
Something hit you?
On the head, or that's what it seemed like. Please.
The doctors found no injury at your head, you know.
I tell you...
One moment. Miss Barton, can you forgive the intrusion of an old buffer who sincerely wants to help you?
Oh, I'm sorry, Dr. Bell. I'll try to be sensible.
Now tell me, when you arrived at the bungalow, Philip Gale was already dead?
Yes.
You didn't go up there to quarrel with him?
No. And why should I have killed him anyway? I only went to tell him I was through, finished, fed up with him. Oh, what's the use?
They haven't told you, then, that there's a witness who claims to have seen you shoot Gale?
A witness? Who?
Herbert Gale.
But that's a lie.
You didn't take a .32 revolver out of the table drawer?
Oh, this is the first time I've even heard of any revolver. Please believe that.
You didn't order Philip to put up his hands, and then when he did put up his hands...
High above his head?
You didn't shoot him from a distance of about 15 feet?
No.
Your fingerprints were on the revolver. You were still holding it in your hand when Herbert brought a policeman.
It looks as though you've got me, doesn't it?
I'm afraid it does. Just who is this brother, this Herbert Gale?
He's the good member of the family.
Now then, my dear, now then.
I can't help
Steady,
it.
steady.
Herbert is the good boy, where Philip was the bad one. Younger than Philip, horribly respectable. Pillar of the church, never smokes or drinks. Has to work hard because Philip inherited what money they had. Oh, let me laugh. You don't know how funny it is.
Herbert's word certainly carries weight.
It's carried weight against me, hasn't it? Why should he want to get me hanged? Why should he tell such a complete bag of lies?
Yes, I wonder why.
Every second I imagine I'm going to wake up and find myself back in that living room again, looking at Philip's body, just standing and staring at it and feeling sick. And of all things to think of at a time like that, wondering why he was wearing a waistcoat on such a hot day.
Archons of Athens, what an idiot I've been. What a turnip. What a thundering dance.
Lower your voice.
The murdered man was wearing a waistcoat. You told me so yourself.
Well, what if I did?
The murdered man was wearing a waistcoat on a hot day. Grasp that beautiful fact, my friend. Keep it in splendor before you. 3 hours of sheer nightmare, and all because I never thought of the waistcoat. Let me ask you just one thing. What happened to the court exhibits in the Gale case?
As a matter of fact, we've still got them. The case was tried and Madehurst decided.
You've still got them?
Certainly, but what good can they do now?
Sir, let me shake your hand. Let me slap you on the back.
Just a minute, my friend. Stop a bit. Quiet.
I beg your pardon.
Have you forgotten where we are?
No.
Let's face facts. The prisoner has been told that there's, well, no hope.
Please.
I'm sorry,
please,
but there it is.
Please, you can't.
The cruelest thing you could do now would be to raise hopes that I can't fulfill. You understand that?
I understand it only too well.
This can't be pleasant for any of us. There's nothing in the evidence that justifies any change of plan.
Except, of course, that the girl isn't guilty.
Can you prove that?
To my own satisfaction, yes.
I'm afraid that's not good enough.
Suppose I proved it to you. Conclusively, mind. Out of evidence you gave me yourself, what would you do?
Are you bluffing?
No, speak up, man. What would you do?
Well, that's easy. Phone the Home Secretary and ask for a stay of execution. There's a private line from my office to his country house. But I warn you...
Dr. Fell, is there any hope for me? Is there any hope for
I
me?
warn you, Phil, they won't accept fancy theories. They'll only accept facts.
Tell me, Miss Barton, how tall is the estimable Mr. Herbert Gale?
How tall?
Yes. Is he anything like the same height as his brother, Philip?
They're about the same height, 5'10", but I don't see...
If I remember correctly, one of the warders told us that Herbert Gale has been hanging about the front gate all night. I should very much like to speak with him. Colonel Andrews, will you send someone out and ask him to come into your office?
I can't do that.
Why not?
It's against regulations. You'd have to get a special pass.
Say and write to him. Curse it all, can't you get it through your correct military head that an innocent person is going to swing in less than 2 hours?
Dr. Bell, I don't know what you're trying to do, but can you do it?
Dear, I can't
But
tell.
you are going to try.
I'm going downstairs now. Maybe in a very short time, a certain gentleman will be entering this institution without any need of a pass. But don't hope for anything, my dear. Don't hope for anything. 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Less than an hour to go. Oh, why doesn't that warder come and bring the exhibit I want? What's delaying him?
Probably he can't find the stuff.
But you said you had it here.
Things like that are apt to get mislaid. It's been a month since the trial. Must you have these exhibits?
In order to prove it to you fully, yes. But if he doesn't come in 2 seconds more...
I can't stay here much longer myself. The chaplain's with her now, but I shall have to take over before the end. Yes, come in.
Sorry to have been so long, sir. I could have sworn it was in one place, and lo and behold, it turns up somewhere else.
Never mind that. Did you get the exhibits?
It's all here, sir, in this suitcase. Where shall I put it?
Put it on Colonel Andrews' desk. Now let's see. Move the lamp over here, will you?
And about Mr. Herbert Gale, sir.
Where is he?
Out in the hall, sir. Do you want to see him now?
Yes, my lad. Very much so. Ask him to come in.
You can come in, sir. This way.
Thank you.
Morning, Herbert. Glad to see you. Sit down.
Thank you, Colonel Andrews.
Let me have your hat and coat. This is Dr. Gideon Fell.
How do you do?
The warder said you wanted to see me. I came, of course, but do you think it was quite the right thing to do?
Well, why not?
Well, people might think I was holding a grudge against Helen. Because of Phil, you know.
And you don't hold any grudge?
No. I pity that poor girl from the bottom of my heart. I only wish I hadn't had to testify against her. But what else could I do?
You mean you'd like to help her, even now?
Of course I would. If there's anything I can do to soothe her last moment...
There is something you can do, Mr. Gale.
Well?
You can come with us to the condemned cell.
Are you joking?
No.
But wouldn't it be horrible for Helen?
Yes, probably. But as you point out, she has only a very short time to live.
Yes. Excuse me, but what have you got in that suitcase?
In this suitcase, Mr. Gale? A flattened bullet. The bullet that killed your brother. A .32 revolver. A tweed coat bloodstained. A tweed waistcoat, also bloodstained.
Fell, what do you expect to prove with that stuff?
Will Mr. Herbert Gale go with us to the condemned cell?
Of course, if you think I can do any good there.
Then, with your permission, I propose to prove that a straight line is the shortest distance between 2 points. Will you walk into my parlor?
$7:30. Half an hour to go. Easy, my dear. Easy. Easy.
They're not coming already, too. Herbert Gale.
I'm very sorry for you, Helen. Please believe that.
Thank you.
I shouldn't have intruded at this painful time. Believe me, Helen. But Dr. Fell and the Colonel here made me come to see you.
You mean you've come to confess?
Confess? What should I confess?
You didn't see me shoot Phil. You know you didn't.
I'm sorry, Helen. I pity you, and I bear you no malice even now. But you did shoot poor old Phil. You shot him in cold blood after you'd asked him to put up his hands.
How high did he put up his hands?
I beg your pardon?
I said, how high did he put up his hands?
Look here, you're only upsetting poor Helen. Is there any purpose in going over all this in the last few minutes before the hangman...
Please!
We might even illustrate what happened with a little experiment. I have here in this suitcase a blood-stained tweed coat and a blood-stained waistcoat. You see them, Mr. Gale?
I see them, yes.
I should like you to take off your own coat and waistcoat. I should then like you to put on this coat and this waistcoat.
I'll do no such thing.
Why not?
Haven't you tortured poor Helen enough? Colonel Andrews, I appeal to you.
Well, I don't see what the game is, but where's the harm in it?
Helen's feelings.
Never mind my feelings, Herbert. I've only got a few minutes left. Put on the coat and waistcoat.
You hear a condemned person's last request, Mr. Gale. Will you do it?
Yes.
if you insist.
I still don't see what this is all about. If something isn't done very soon...
Colonel Andrews, sir?
Yes, Harris?
I thought I'd better tell you, sir, that the chaplain's here and the witnesses are ready and the other person, too.
You mean the hangman, don't you? You mean the...
Dear, easy.
He's got to come and bind her hands, sir. It's 5 minutes to 8.
Sorry, Phil, but this has got to stop. I must ask you to clear out of here immediately while we...
For God's sake, man, wait. I can prove it now.
You can prove what?
I can prove Mr. Herbert Gale lied when he sentenced this girl to death.
You must be out of your mind. You can't do any such thing.
Oh, yes, I can. Do you notice, all of you, that he's wearing the dead man's coat and waistcoat?
All right. Suppose I am. What about it?
You will imagine, Mr. Gale, with this powerful imagination of yours, that I am threatening you with a revolver. Now hold up your hands.
What the devil are you gabbling
Hold
about?
up your hands, sir, high above your head.
I won't do it.
Better do it, Herbert. You'd better do it.
Do as I told you, man. I'm asking you now.
That's it, Mr. Gale. Don't let your hands tremble when you raise them. Just lift your hands higher, higher still, while I'm threatening you with a revolver. Now look at his coat, everybody. Look at the coat.
I refuse to
Don't
stand
lower
here.
your hands, Mr. Gale, and the rest of you, look at his coat.
The coat, it rises when he lifts his hand.
But of course it does. And the bullet hole in the coat, you notice, rises with it. But the waistcoat is buttoned close to the body. The waistcoat doesn't move.
I think I begin to see.
The bullet hole in the coat has risen at least 4 inches above the corresponding hole in the waistcoat. Yet the bullet, you told me, penetrated in a dead straight line through coat, waistcoat, and shirt. Therefore, Philip Gale could not possibly have had his hands raised when he was shot.
It's a damned lie!
It was a damned lie, sir. You killed Philip Gale yourself. When Helen Barton walked into the middle of your crime, you knocked her out with a weapon that left no bruise and put the revolver into her hand. Then you discovered, as a gift from heaven, that she had lost her memory. You could tell any lying story you liked. But it's upset the apple cart now. The prosecution, the evidence, the verdict were all based on the evidence of the shooting of a man who had his hands raised. Destroy that single lie, and you create the reasonable doubt that destroys the whole case.
Is this true, Colonel Andrews? Is it true? Can't you at least say something?
Harris,
Yes, sir?
you know the private telephone line in my office?
Yes, sir?
Get me the Home Secretary.
And so, with the end of the story, The Clock Strikes 8, we come to the end of our present group of stories in the series, Appointment with Fear. If you have been pleased, if you have been entertained, if you have been able to say that only the graveyards have yawned, then we are deeply grateful. Indeed, with the slightest encouragement, I, who am amused by such things, should return to tell you more tales of corpses and the midnight hour. But until that happy day when we meet again by some evil crossroad of the future, this is your storyteller, the man in black, saying good night and goodbye.
You've just heard The Clock Strikes 8, the last play in the series Appointment with Fear, written by John Dickson Carr and produced by Martin C. Webster. Those taking part were Richard George as Dr. Phil, Griselda Harvey as Helen Barton, Richard Williams as Colonel Andrews, Basil Jones as Herbert Gale, Frank Cochrane as Harris, Gladys Spencer as a wardress, Anne Codrington as the second wardress, and Valentine Dial as the storyteller.
Appointment with Fear. This is your storyteller, the man in black, here again to bring you another far-side tale. I have told you many stories to chill the spine since first we met, but there is one particular subject I have rather neglected: insanity. I could unfold many charming tales of the mentally unstable, but I've chosen one tonight that will appeal to the more subtle listener. So while I tell you of Gerald and Adela Madelon and the provocative Pauline, we trust we shall keep our promise to bring you An Appointment with Fear. Come now to a gloomy, pretentious building somewhere in Gloucestershire. Victorian Gothic at its worst. Once the home of a wealthy manufacturer. Now an institution. An asylum for the insane. The medical officer is showing a visitor around.
No. I'm afraid these mental institutes are not very exhilarating.
No, Doctor, I think they're ghastly.
Oh, no. Come, my dear lady.
I do. I don't mind the real loonies, like that little man over there, or even the dangerous ones. It's the simple, quiet, sweet-looking people that seem so awfully sad.
Yes, I know.
But that white-haired lady over there, for instance.
That one?
Yes.
Well, over 30 years she's been here.
30 years?
Now, you've hit a very pathetic case.
Really?
She lost her husband in the Lusitanic. Oh. You'll remember that dreadful affair.
Mm.
One of those odd cases where a shock can be too much for the mental balance.
How poorly. Is she...
She's a Mrs. Madeline. At first, they thought she might recover, I believe.
It's hopeless, then?
Oh, quite.
But she looks so sane.
She thinks she's still on the Lusitanic.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. We're all fellow passengers.
Oh, you don't mean it.
Oh, yes.
She thinks her husband's still alive?
She has never mentioned his name.
Really?
You see that gramophone?
Yeah.
She's always got it with her. It plays some tune she must have heard on the boat.
Oh, no.
They tell me that when she first came here, she was always asking for the ship's band to play it. So they got a record. When she weeps a lot, we put it on. And then she laughs.
Makes her happy?
Well, no. It's a queer sort of laugh.
But why, I wonder?
You must never ask why when you're dealing with the insane. That is why they're insane. Would you like to speak to her?
Yes.
Well, come along then. She's quite charming.
Who does she think you are?
Well, I vary. Sometimes I'm a passenger, and sometimes a ship's officer. Ah, Mrs. Madeline. Well, how are we today?
I'm a little cold. It gets colder, you know, near the banks of Newfoundland.
Does it, indeed?
Is this your first voyage?
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
Are you staying in New York?
Yes.
Oh, so am I. I'm going to try the new plaza. They say it's wonderful. Then I'm going on to Baltimore. I like to think of where one's going to, don't you? Never mind the past or the present. Get them out of your mind, don't you think?
Yes, perhaps.
One shouldn't think, you know. You can make yourself not think.
Ah, the ship's band is going to get to work.
Thank God, thank God, thank God.
There we are.
They play that tune for me. Isn't it good of them? Don't you think it's rather attractive?
Yes, I do.
Rather consoling, don't you think? And yet rather cynical, so to speak, or shall we say, sardonic.
I'm afraid I must intrude upon this poor lady's strange delusions. You heard that mental expert tell his visitor that no one dreams of asking why in his domain. Shall we ask why on this occasion? So be it then, we will. So come with me along the years. The mid-Atlantic, a mighty vessel, 2,000 souls aboard. A still, calm night, and then disaster. Laughter and life and wealth and glittering glory, and then nothing. Nothing. I would recall those words of Dante Gabriel Rossetti if we might pause a moment. The ship was gone, the crew was gone, and the deep shuddered, and the moon shone.
Hello. What are you doing out here?
Getting a breath of air?
But, my dear girl, it's freezing.
I don't mind.
Oh, don't you? Well, I do. I'm going to get a drink.
Gerald.
Yes?
We'll sit under the bridge. It's quite sheltered.
What do you mean?
Well, there's steam heat on here.
Ah. Well, what's all this about?
Gerald, Pauline is on this ship.
What?
Well?
Who told you?
Does that matter?
Well, what if she is?
I see.
Oh, well, now the fun starts.
We're due in on Monday. I'll get a boat back on the Wednesday.
Adela, heavens above, you can't do that.
This time I've had enough.
We've had all this before.
Don't shout, please. I see you booked her in the second class so that we shouldn't meet, I suppose.
Oh, to hell.
Just one moment. I finished with you after your last bout. I've come with you this trip for the sake of your mother and father. That was all. And now at this moment, I wouldn't speak to you if it wasn't for this wretched little fool you've dragged out.
I love her.
Cut that out.
And she loves me. I'll admit it. I fooled you all right.
My dear man, I expect to be fooled. You fooled me from the very day we met.
If you're going to drag out the past...
I'm not.
and
Listen. That last bout of yours, what the doctors called nervous breakdown.
All right, DTs, go on.
Well, it shook you. You said you'd pull yourself together. I was sorry for you. You did pull yourself together. And I did truly believe we were going to make a fresh start. So this trip was arranged. And now you've carted out this woman to keep on tap because you can't help cheating. Because you're vile. Utterly and completely vile.
I see.
We're not going to make a song and dance about it or anything of that sort. I'll go to some hotel by myself and book the passage home. That's all, Gerald. Goodbye.
Right-ho, then. I'm very glad to hear you've got enough cash.
Oh, madam, the purse has just gone into his office.
Oh, thank you.
Here, you, I want a double whiskey and soda.
Yes, sir.
Where is the purser's office?
Will you follow me, madam?
I'll have that drink in the smoking room.
Very well, sir. Not attending the concert, madam?
No, I may go in later.
It's pretty cold, madam.
Yes. Yet the sea's so calm, it looks like oil.
That means there's ice about. We're off the banks.
In here?
The door on the left, madam.
Oh, thank you. Good evening.
Oh, Mrs. Madeline. The chief steward says it's quite all right.
Oh.
This young man will conduct you.
I'm very much obliged.
This way, madam.
Thank you.
Hello, Madeline. How about a little poker?
No, I don't want any blasted cards.
Well, look here. All the girls want to dance tonight. It's as smooth as a skating rink.
Righto. Let's be festive.
Come on, Madeline. Where's your missus?
Oh, go to blazes.
What's the matter with you?
Oh, I say. Oh, Lord Alcaster's getting up an auction for the sailors' home. You know, autographs and things.
Oh, blast the sailors' home.
What's the matter with him?
Don't say he's started again.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I blush to mention it. The next valuable souvenir I am about to auction is a garter worn by a famous actress of the motion picture.
Change over, watch.
Aye,
Evening, sir.
Evening. We're running into ice.
Yes, sir. I think we are. It's pretty clear, sir.
I know, but double the lookout.
Double the lookout.
Aye, aye, sir.
It's a cute little thing. Got the cutest little swing. Ain't you cool? Ain't you cool? Ain't you cool? Oh, simply meant to be the queen. Don't you ask me what you mean? Like the something. Ain't you cool? Ain't you cool? Ain't you cool?
Let's walk up and down a bit.
Oh, gee, it's cold.
Look at the sea. It's like oil.
Well, now, talking of oil, if Pierpont Morgans are going to take that issue up, I'll be prepared to name a price on your holdings.
Without the current dividend?
No, with it.
Not on your life.
If you share the bonus?
Oh, well, now you're talking.
You're a smart fellow, Walter.
Let's get inside. It's too darn cold. Sure. A couple of 100,000's not worth double pneumonia.
Right ho, bright boy. Let's go. Come on.
Ain't you cool? Ain't you cool? Ain't you cool?
Good evening, Pauline.
You?
Yes. They gave me a permit to visit your lowly quarters. Very nice, too. Less garish and more comfortable than our magnificence.
Adela, how did you find out?
Don't get excited, Pauline, or look at me like that.
What are you going to do?
Going back home at once. By the first ship I can get hold of.
No, no.
Yes, Pauline. And if you'll take my advice, you'll do the same.
So that's your game.
Go easy, Pauline.
Very well, then. I love Jerry. I can't help it. I've done my best, and he loves me. We just can't help it.
Yes, I know.
I must say it, I must. He does think the world of you. He says so, and all you've done for him, but this is something that has come into his life.
If only he'd think of something new.
I knew you'd think that. Very well, then go back home. Go back. I'm glad. I want you to.
And I'll be glad, so we'll both be glad. So let's be perfectly calm about it.
I am calm.
Pauline, will you just listen for a moment?
Well?
There are certain men whose culminating ecstasy is only achieved in breaking a woman's heart. If you ask them, they couldn't tell you why. And what that appeal is to women, God only knows, but it's there. Jerry, my husband, is a useless waster. He has no charm, no wit, no guts. He's lost whatever looks he had, and he hasn't a friend in the world. Well, I loved him, all right, believe me. And now, I don't even hate him. I only know him as an evil thing that would be better dead.
Go on, Adela.
I know you, Pauline, and your sister, and your two nice brothers, and that decent boy who loves you very dearly. When I implore you to come back with me, I'm thinking of you, your life, everything. For God's sake, believe me.
I don't believe you. You want him still.
Oh, don't.
Will you please go away? I don't want to see you. I never want to see you again.
All right, Pauline.
I shall tell Jerry.
Do whatever you like. Goodbye.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing splendidly so far. My next souvenir is a bit of a surprise. A brace of pheasants. The gift of Lord Henry Gifford. He was taking them to Senator Osden at Washington. But now he's changed his mind.
$10, $20, $40, $60, $65, $70, $75, $80, $95.
I love this foxtrot.
I love anything with you.
So perfectly steady. Might be the Carlton.
I don't care where it is with you.
Now, be good.
You taking over?
Yes, sir.
I'll stay up a bit, I think.
Not too good, is it?
No, we ought to slacken down a bit.
You're still staying out here, madam? It's terribly cold.
Oh, I'm well wrapped up, Sturgis.
So I see, madam. The band conductor wants to know if there's anything you'd like him to play.
How nice of him. Do you think he'd play Yarma Man once more?
Yarma Man. I'll ask him.
Retiring early tonight, sir.
What's it got to do with you?
Anything you like, sir?
Yes. Where's the whiskey?
Here you are, sir. And the siphon, sir.
Good. Put one of those white tablets in a glass of water.
These, sir?
That's it. They've got to dissolve.
I see, sir.
Put in 2.
2, sir?
That's what I said.
Has Madam gone to her stateroom, sir?
I don't care whether Madam's got to her stateroom or up the smokestack.
I see, sir. Good night, sir.
And I don't want to be disturbed, see? And what's more, I'm not going to be disturbed.
Very well, sir.
Is that the tune you wanted, madam?
Yes, that's it. They played delightfully.
Hold your helm!
On your starboard!
Right orders!
What's all that?
Something up. It's the lookout.
Now, any further bid for this lovely colored photograph of Gavin Elise?
$60, $70, $75, 80, 85.
I raise you another 20. I'll raise you another 10.
He's got 4 aces.
And 20 more.
We're stuck amidships, full speed astern. Take collision duty. Mr. Page, the passengers. All quartermasters to their stations. My God, man. If it's ripped the bulkheads.
Don't get excited, please. We're making the examination.
Get out on the deck! The whole ship shook. Bumped into a ruddy iceberg.
What the hell was it?
Keep quiet, please. We're making the examination.
Are you all right, madam?
Yes. What's it all about?
Ice, I think. They're stopping her.
But the whole ship shook.
My word, it did.
Wonder why they've stopped.
Well, they would. They'd have to.
I don't think it's anything much, you know.
She'd have shown a list by now.
Oh, yes.
Well, let's pick up the counters and start again. Do you know, I had a flush.
Go on.
Yes, I had.
What about a jackpot?
And what about another drink?
No drink, sir.
Well, why not?
What darn nonsense.
Well, are we going to stick here all night, I wonder?
Perhaps something's gone wrong with the works.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Medlin. Hello. Little excitement, wasn't it?
Certainly was. Ah, good. The band's begun again.
That's a good sign.
Do you hear what they're playing, Sturgis?
Yes, madam.
What are you looking at?
A deck.
What about it?
Look.
Yes. Or is it fancy?
No, it's not fancy.
No, it isn't. Is it?
Rocket!
That's done it.
A rocket! For the love of God!
Everyone on the main deck! All passengers on the main deck!
Gerald! Wake up! Gerald!
Everyone on the main deck! Everyone on the main deck!
Gerald!
What the blazes...
Everyone's wanted on the deck.
Oh, let them blast it. We'll go there.
I've told you.
Get out of it, do you hear? Get out, you...
Oh.
All the cabins cleared?
Yes, sir. Quick as you can, lady. Got your life belt?
Yes, thank you.
No one else there?
No. No one.
Get down to G deck.
Oh, miss, there you are. Come along with me. They're shipping the wind.
What about you?
Oh, we'll go later. Don't you worry about us. Here you are, sir. Another woman.
That old lady first, please.
Room for the pair of you. Now stand back, please. All in good time.
Hard at it, boys. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Steady there.
Listen, the band's still playing.
You hear what they are playing?
Look. She's going down.
Oh, my God.
The ship was gone. The crew was gone. And the deep shuddered. And the moon shone. We will not linger on the dreadful scene. It is the next morning. Yet one more boatload of the few survivors are being gently conveyed to the deck of the rescue vessel.
Would you like that?
Come here. Please, madam, I'm a doctor.
Oh.
That's a bad cut.
Oh, no, it's nothing. Please attend to these others.
Oh, Adela.
Pauline.
Where is he?
I don't know.
What?
Why should I?
But I got to his cabin. I dragged him on deck. It was the last boat. They were shoving us in. He wouldn't go. He wouldn't go. He went back to look for you.
He went back to look for me.
Yes. Yes.
He went back to look for me.
Now I think I'd better be going.
Yes, I think you ought to hop along.
Goodbye, Mrs. Madeline.
I envy you your first sight of the skyline of New York. It's quite wonderful. It really is.
Yes, I'm sure it is.
I'll see you to the gate.
Thank you. Oh, poor lady. It seems so sad.
Very. But at any rate, we know her history. Sometimes we do not.
Oh, yes, that must be very distressing. Well, thank you so much, Doctor. Oh, here's my car. It's been awfully good of you to show me round.
Believe me, it's been a pleasure.
And that is the end of the story, and the deep shuddered.